Hello Aries, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your no contact love reading and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course. All of that is in the description box below for you. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you. Like I said, we're looking at their current energies towards you, Aries. What is their energy towards Aries, please? All right. We have the Death card. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, I do see the Wheel of Fortune. Signs I'm seeing so far, we have all the fixed signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. I see more Scorpio energy, more Taurus energy. Got a lot of Scorpio energy and Taurus. That's what's out here on the table, Scorpio and Taurus energy. There is something, you know, they are kind of opposite on the wheel there. There could be something about you and this person that is very different for some of you. I see the Queen of Cups under here, the Knight of Cups. Somebody could miss you here. You could miss somebody else. You could miss this person. They could miss you with that Queen of Cups energy. The Wheel of Fortune could indicate, you know, somebody thinking about coming back around. But to me, it also feels like whether there has been some kind of noticeable shift or whether somebody would like to create a noticeable shift in the dynamic between the two of you. We'll have to see as we go along. But we have the Death card here for the way that you are being viewed at this time. So I kind of feel a couple things here. One, this person could just be viewing the situation as something that is over, right? That you guys have experienced some kind of ending here. But I also do, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, like we just talked about, that there has been some kind of noticeable shift. I feel like this Death card is a confirmation of that, where somebody is viewing you as having changed somehow. Okay, so they could be thinking back onto their last interaction with you, and there's something that they're noticing, right? There's some kind of very noticeable difference, noticeable change. For some of you, it could even be, let's say you've been in no contact, you know, maybe you haven't reached out to them and you normally would have, or if they've reached out to you, you didn't respond, or you didn't respond in the way that maybe you would have in the past. So it could be something like that here. There's definitely some kind of noticeable shift taking place here. That's what is on this person's mind. That is what they're seeing here. Now, as far as the challenge for this person when it comes to you, we have the Five of Pentacles. So somebody could be feeling a little bit lonely. I do feel like somebody is really noticing the lack of you in their life. Sometimes we don't always see the value that something brings to our life until we no longer have it, unfortunately. What is that expression? You know, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I kind of feel like there's something like that here, where somebody could just be feeling very lonely. Somebody could be missing what you did bring to their life. I also do feel like there is, you know, worry that this person has when it comes to this connection. And the Five of Pentacles as well. You know, it does feel like a little bit of an insecurity to me, where somebody could be kind of feeling like they did not measure up, or they are not good enough in some way, right? Where I feel like somebody being really down on themselves. We have two fives right next to each other. For their feelings towards you, we have the Five of Cups. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in this person's energy. You know, fives are challenging energies. You know, they represent the change, conflict, challenges, not easy energies. And I do feel that here, where somebody is realizing that something has changed, and I feel like they're having a hard time with it. The Five of Cups as feelings is, you know, feeling very regretful, feeling sad. There's a level of grief that this person is experiencing. I definitely feel somebody sitting in this energy too. Okay, so I'm not going to call it a pity party, but I definitely feel like somebody is, you know, maybe wallowing in their feelings a bit. I definitely feel somebody's like really in their feelings. And especially with that Queen of Cups right under this too, you know, it kind of represents that as well. So it's like somebody's in a more of a heavy energy, and I don't see them really trying to bring themselves out of it. I see them kind of just, you know, sitting in that. If this person is prone to drinking as well, I do feel like there could be some of that going on for some of you. Obviously, that's not going to be for all of you, but I do feel that energy coming up here. So something has changed. And you have all these fives, and then you have that Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of change energy. Something has shifted, and I feel like this person's having a hard time with it. There could be as well some kind of very significant change that this person knows that they need to make in their life, that maybe has negatively impacted the connection, that it's like they're aware of it, but they're struggling to do it. And I feel like with that energy of them, like, you know, just allowing themselves to kind of wallow or be in their feelings and have this very negative kind of heavy energy about it, and them kind of beating themselves up and not feeling good enough. It's like, I do feel like there's a major change that they need to make, but I also feel like they're not in the space to do it. And it's more of like an energy of giving up than being like, you know what, this is what needs to change. I'm going to take action to change it. Now I want to go back to this Five of Cups before we move on, actually. You know what, the Five of Cups too, I do feel like there's a level of regret that this person is feeling. Like we talked about earlier, where I felt like somebody's noticing the lack of you in their life. They're noticing the things that you did bring to their life that now they no longer have. And there is that energy of loss. I feel like that too with the Five of Cups. And, you know, the Five of Cups can talk about taking things for granted. So I feel like there is something here. There could be something going on in this person's life that they're like, I wish that I could reach out and talk to Aries about it. Like there's something here that they took for granted. I do feel like somebody's having some regrets. Now with the Seven of Pentacles energy being this person's intentions, we're going to be clarifying these, so we'll get more. Initially, you know, what this is feeling like to me is I do feel like there is an energy of just kind of analyzing something. Like I said, I feel like this person's in this space of, you know, just really kind of like thinking about everything with this connection with their life, and, you know, feeling all of that. The Seven of Pentacles, it doesn't really feel like a lot of action to me. It more feels like this energy of, you know, them picking things apart. There's also a bit of this energy of like waiting. So I don't know if this person is like waiting to see, like waiting to give you some time, or waiting to see if something is going to change, waiting to see if you're going to take any action. There could be some of that going on with that Seven of Pentacles. It could also be this person trying to decide, you know, is there a point in me making any of these changes, or is there a point in me reaching out to Aries? Like if I did, is anything going to change? So I definitely kind of feel like this person in this kind of questioning energy. Feels like somebody who's at war with themselves. Tell me about this Death card. Why is that here? We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I kind of feel like this person is in just a very negative space when it comes to their life and the connection. You know, the Nine of Wands, because he's been through so much, or because of what he's been through, he kind of has his head on a swivel, and he's kind of just expecting things to go the way that they always happen, right? It's kind of like anticipating the worst. It does feel very pessimistic to me. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles, we have the Emperor, which is your energy. I do feel here that that's when it comes to, you know, the challenge. I feel it's just this person. One, they could need to kind of get their situation and get themselves kind of together, kind of like under control here. But I also do feel like they're just missing you. I mean, I feel like it's just that clear. With that Five of Pentacles energy, they could just be missing you in their life. Clarifying this Five of Cups, we have the Six of Cups. Some of you maybe have been with this person for a while. Maybe you've been through a lot with this person. You could have a history with this person. There's definitely this energy of nostalgia here too. So, you know, part of this grief energy that this person is experiencing, part of that is because they're spending a lot of time thinking about you, thinking about the past. This is, you know, looking at the photos, looking at the messages, just thinking about the times you guys had together, and making it very difficult for this person to kind of pull themselves out of this funky energy, this heavy energy, because they're, you know, kind of bringing the past into the present. They're constantly focusing on it here. And for some of you too, I feel like, especially with this like analyzing energy that I'm seeing here, I kind of feel like this person comparing. So let's say they have had, you know, this connection didn't work, but they had a connection in the past that also didn't work. So it's like, oh, I lost this and I lost that. You know, it's a very overall heavy and kind of pessimistic energy that this person is in here. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. The positive thing about this energy is I do feel like somebody here is, like I said, I feel like they are analyzing a situation, but I feel like they're seeing where like something has shifted. And you can see that here because we have two sixes right next to each other. So you have two fives and then you have two sixes, which I think is positive because it really can talk about, you know, overcoming those heavier energies and experiencing some kind of change and transition. But that comes from, you know, the Six of Wands being an energy of recognition and validation and appreciation, overcoming obstacles here. This person could be trying to figure out how to do that, how to get into a better space, how to kind of get past this energy. I think they're having a hard time. I don't think they're quite figured that out yet. So we're going to see what this person's next actions are going to be towards you, as well as the potential outcome. Their next actions towards you, not a lot of action here. The Eight of Swords, somebody really in their head overthinking. You know, the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison, a self-imposed restriction. So it's like where this person's kind of getting in their own way here. So, you know, stressing about things, thinking about things constantly, but not doing anything to get themselves out of this energy or situation. And the potential outcome here, we have the Chariot. I feel like that's for you, Aries. I feel like you are moving forward and you can be determined to no longer, you know, be stuck in a situation or yeah, I want to say it like that. Be stuck in a situation or be stuck holding on to something or letting something have, you know, a negative impact on you. I think that this is you being determined to finally, be able to move forward. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Taurus, all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I see Sagittarius, Aries, Gemini, Cancer. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can still resonate for you. But that is what I have for you. I do hope that this helps, and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here with me, and I will see you next time.